What's going on, guys? I'm Agent Barone. We're back with another tutorial. Today I'm gonna be breaking down the steps on how to achieve this particular fade. As usual, all the steps are in the description down below, alongside with every single tool that we use. Be sure to check them out, and thank y'all so much for those who have supported and been buying our merch. With that said, let's jump right into this tutorial. Be sure to be using the fine side of the comb, and also you can use that left hand or your opposite hand to help with the tension to ensure a smoother part. Using mid heat, I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry the rest of the hair down. Starting with the number 3 guard lever completely open. If you watched any of our previous videos, whenever we do cut longer hair, we always clean out the surface before you set in any guidelines. It's essential that you're able to see where you're putting these guidelines in, so make sure you knock down most of the bulk. I'm gonna finish cleaning up that canvas with the clipper over comb technique. My lever is open, and I've said it before, I use the lever open as a safety net so it doesn't cut off so much. And if you're completely new to clipper over comb, I suggest you put a number 1 guard on there. Now, no guard and closing my lever completely, we're gonna start with our first guideline. Starting at that temple peak area, and we're gonna work our way back. Always be sure to keep a brush or a comb on your opposite hand, so every couple strokes you're cleaning out the area. I've had people ask in the comments below if my machines get too hot, and what I do every time you see me brush slightly, my clipper is turned off for about a second or two, or when I switch guards, I turn off the clipper. I think those couple seconds of the clipper being off really does help with the whole overheating issue. Make sure that you end up at that same temple peak area on the other side. You could always step back and look at your client from the front and make sure that this guideline aligns. Now for our second guideline, we're going to open the lever completely and take that up about 1 inch or so. Make sure you do run this guideline parallel to the one underneath to ensure an even fade all around. Take your time with all these guidelines, guys. As I've said it before, my usual time with the client is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, so just be sure you are taking your time. Now with the number 1 guard lever completely open, we're going to come in and set in our third guideline. Again, just make sure that you're running it parallel to the one underneath and take that all around the head. As you can see, my guidelines, I am slightly flicking out. I don't exaggerate that flick out motion until I get with the number 2 or number 3 guard. Real quick, guys, I wanted to give a shout out and put y'all onto today's video sponsor, which I'm glad they reached out because I've been using them even before this. They go by the name of Skillshare. It's basically an online community with thousands of topics, including some of my favorite photography, design, and videography. If y'all follow us on Instagram, y'all know we're big on continuous learning. Some of the topics I recommend y'all check out would be YouTube Success by Marcus Brown and Portrait Photography by Jessica Kobayashi. Check them out, guys. It's less than 10 bucks a month, but I made sure that they hook up the faded culture, so for the first 1,000 people that click on the link below, y'all will get a free 14-day trial. Check them out, guys. If y'all find any good ones, DM me on IG and let's discuss. Now back to this tutorial. And finally, the number 2 guard, leaving still that lever completely open. You're gonna notice as I'm setting up the canvas, my lever stays open. The only thing I change is the guards. And as I mentioned earlier, now that I'm using the number 2 guard, I am exaggerating that flick out motion. My intention with this guard and step is not so much to create another guideline, but just to continue cleaning up the canvas. I'm going to follow this number 2 with a clipper over comb technique. Again, just cleaning out the surface just to ensure a better shape. This step did do the job with cleaning out the surface, but in the back, this particular client has real dense spots, so I come back in with my thinning shears over comb and lighten up those areas. And now we're going to work our way back down, starting with that very top guideline that we created with the number 1 guard lever open. I'm going to use my 1.5 guard, and I'm going to slightly close that lever, putting it in a 3/4 position. And it's basically somewhere in between halfway open and completely open. And using mainly the corners of the clipper, I'm going to go ahead and attack that guideline. Now with my half guard lever still in that 3/4 position, we're going to attack the second guideline coming down. And as if you notice, when we were initially cleaning up the canvas, the lever stayed completely open. And now that we're coming back down, all I'm switching is the guards and I'm leaving it in that 3/4 position, using mainly just the corners of the clipper to attack these lines. And as you can see, this step is creating a soft line on top. But do not take this guard any higher, as we will come back right now with the number 1 guard and finish cleaning that out. Now we're going to put that number 1 guard, again leaving the lever in that same 3/4 position, guys. Do not touch it. We're going to erase that faint line that half guard created. And we're pretty much done. Now we got just one guideline left, that very bottom one that we initially created with the lever closed. For this line, I'm gonna use 3 stops. I'm gonna start with the lever closed, open it halfway, and then open it completely. I'm gonna take each of those notches up just slightly. And with this last step, I do like to work in sections, so you're gonna see me just using those 3 steps just on this left side of the head. Right here, the lever is closed again. And then I open it halfway and continue just taking it up slightly. As you can see, the fade is already coming together, but we're going to finish it off opening the lever completely and using mainly those edges, mainly those corners, guys. I highly suggest you try out this tip if you haven't already. Simple as that. Now just repeat those 3 stops on the back side of the head, and I highly do suggest though that you focus on sections at a time with this last guideline. And for those who are curious, my clippers are 0 gap, guys. I do 0 gap my actual fading clippers and my trimmers. And as we're doing this last step, I wanted to point something out that you can clearly see from this angle. So by using that clipper over comb technique, as you can see, the head here and the hair here has a very good gradient shape. This is where using that clipper over comb really does kind of bring in those details a lot closer. Now we're going to use the trimmer in this position to get as close as we can to the scalp. Then we're going to follow that by turning the trimmer around and fading that soft line that leaves. And what this is going to do is, again, it's just going to get closer to the scalp. So when we remove that underline hair, we're going to have a faint line, so we know exactly how high up to take that electric shaver. Just a friendly reminder to over deliver with your services. Make sure you're asking your client what he wants to do with his facial hair. Make sure you ask them what they want to do with their eyebrows, and even just clean out their ear hair or nose hair if they have any. The details will never go unnoticed, guys. As you approach that faint line, be sure that you are using your electric shaver in this position as if it was a clipper, using mainly the corners, just to be sure that you don't create another guideline above that faint line. Just clipping some of the hair out of the way. We're going to start by doing the edge up in the center and work our way to the sides. And just a quick tip, if you do 0 gap your trimmers or any of your clippers in general, be sure that you are testing them on the inside of your forearm to make sure that they're not biting or scratching. I did rub a little bit of shave lotion, but we start by shaving with the grain and then we follow that by shaving against the grain. Always using your opposite hand to help stretch that skin to ensure a smoother shave. Now we're gonna actually start styling the hair. I usually always damp the hair a little bit to help with the blow drying. Using high heat to really open up that cuticle so we can shape the hair in the direction that we like. And once you get into the direction that you like, you're going to want to hit it with the cool shot, turn off the heat completely, and close that cuticle just to lock the hair in place. By turning the brush in this direction, we're ensuring that you get the most volume towards the front to give them almost that pompadour look. We're going to lock this style in with a little bit of matte pomade. Clipping off all the excess hair, just tightening up the details. Fully locking this look with some hairspray, adding a little bit of hair enhancements. Here's the before, guys, and here's the after. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial, guys. Let us know down in the comments below what y'all would like for us to do next. As always, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time, guys. Peace.